All right, so welcome back to my channel. Or should I say, welcome me back to my channel. Because I've been gone. So, been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off type stuff. Anyways, I'm glad to be back. So I thought I would share a video with you guys. So today's video is going to be talking about setting healthy boundaries for yourself. Okay, when it comes to your life in general, when it comes to people, when it comes to yourself, when it comes to your work life, when it comes to your personal life, relationships, etc., etc., etc. So, let's talk about setting healthy boundaries. What does it mean to set healthy boundaries for yourself? It means to basically, give yourself rest, give yourself peace. Okay, peace comes within. You find peace when you establish it within yourself. You find peace when you don't let outside things bother you, when you don't stress about things that don't need to be stressed about, when you're not worried about what's going on the outside, when you're not worried about nothing or nobody but yourself, you and yours in your life. That's where you find peace. When you don't let outside factors disturb what's going on within you. Don't let anything disturb your happiness. Okay, so always find time to find peace. Always give yourself rest. Always give yourself patience in that time that you need, even when it's hard to find time within your day, which is with a lot of us and most of us. But there's always a second you can spare to yourself. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, if you have to sit in your car and get you a little peace of mind, if you have to sit there, look at this boy in the background. Don't mind my son. He's back there playing. Okay, let me get him out the screen. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Whatever I was saying. I know we were discussing healthy boundaries, of course. So yeah, it doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter whatever the case may be. Learn how to continue to set healthy boundaries. Learn how to continue to, alchemize negative energies. Learn how to change a negative situation until, to a positive situation. Okay? So when we talk about setting healthy boundaries, that includes anybody and everybody that you deal with, because it's so very important to have healthy boundaries set within your life, within your relationships. Because when you take on too much energy, when you take on too many problems, that's energy draining. So it's so important to just establish healthy boundaries for yourself. Because it's overwhelming when you take on too many energies, when you take on too many things, when you take on too much, that becomes energetically draining and physically draining. So let me give you guys a good example. How do you feel after talking to a lot of people within one day? How do you feel after engaging with so many people within one day? You feel drained, you feel exhausted, you feel tired, and then you go into this do not disturb mode, right? So that's a prime example. Okay, set boundaries when it comes to extending your energy. Okay, if you don't feel like talking, if you don't feel like going out, if you don't feel like, dealing with people or certain people, then don't feel guilty about it. You shouldn't feel guilty about it, because this is about your health. This is about, you know, you taking care of you giving yourself that self-love, you giving yourself a break, you giving yourself that time to rest. Especially if you're like empathic type person, or somebody who absorbs a lot of people's energy like me. I cannot deal with too many people at one time, and I definitely am not going to sit there and talk to and engage with people all day long, because it's draining. Okay, it's like, not only are you absorbing all of your energy, you're absorbing that person's energy, that person's energy, that person's energy, that person's energy. And then imagine if it's somebody who comes around you with this somber or sad or angry or this heavy energy. That's going to take a lot from you. Okay, so sometimes you got to know when to remove yourself from certain situations and certain people, especially if the situation is toxic. Now, if you're dealing with a toxic situation or toxic people, definitely set your healthy boundaries. Okay, don't engage with those people. You don't have to talk to them every day. You don't have to socialize every day. Okay, learn how to set boundaries. Okay, no matter what it is, whether it's at work, whether it's like I said, within your relationships. If you know, let's see what another example that I can give. Like I said, give yourself a break, give yourself some you time. Always set aside self time. Okay, always set aside time for yourself, because that might be hard for some people, because you do have some people who can't be alone, some people who have to be surrounded by other people, people that need other people to thrive, people that need, you know, people that can't sit with themselves. But those are just the people that need to do some kind of inner or shadow work. Because if you can't sit with yourself, something's a problem. That means you can't deal with you. So, and that's probably issue. It's probably something you need to work on. Maybe that's some kind of codependency, to where you depend on other people and their energies. Maybe it has something to do with a separation anxiety. Maybe you feel like you're alone and you feel abandoned when you're by yourself. Maybe that, I don't know. There's a lot of people in a lot of different situations. But the thing is, you know, it's called having balance. You know, you can balance out, you know, extending your energy and withdrawing your energy. Okay? Most of the time, I like to be by myself. Most of the time, I like to deal with myself. I don't have a problem with being by myself. I love my own energy, because I'm not dealing with nobody's drama. I'm not dealing with nothing crazy, nothing exhausting. You know, it's just me doing whatever I want to do, doing whatever that makes me happy, doing whatever that makes me smile and feel free and, you know, clear of negative energies or negativity in general. So, you know, it's just a small basic talk. Today's video is basically just reminding you to create healthy boundaries, continue to love yourself, continue to give yourself rest and peace. Those are important. Rest and peace. Not rest in peace. Rest and peace. Okay? Well, you can rest in peace, but not that way. Okay, we definitely rebuke resting in peace, right? In that way. We're gonna say resting in peace, like we're chilling in peace. Let's say chill in peace, okay? That's what we're gonna say. But today is just a friendly reminder Continue to give yourself rest. Continue to give yourself peace. Continue to have you time, okay? You don't have to engage all the time. You don't have to deal with people if you don't want to, okay? Because I know I'm not. Okay, I'm one of those people, like, I don't like to talk on the phone. I don't like to text people all day. I don't like doing, I don't like to hang out all the time. It's cool every now and then, but if you sit there and call me every day talking about, hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to go here? Hey, you want to? No, I don't. No, I don't. I want to be at home. I want to be whatever, just chilling, vibing. I don't like too many people, too much energy. So, and it's a lot of people that are out here like that. A lot of introverted people. There's a lot of people out here that, who don't like all that. Then you got people that are extroverted who like to be around that all day, every day. But guarantee at the end of the day, they're exhausted because most likely they distributed way too much of their energy. So it's like sometimes you got to give yourself that break, that rest, and it's okay to say no, okay? Just know that it's okay to say no. If it benefits you in a healthy way, it's okay to say no. You don't have to always deal with people, especially those people who've done you wrong, especially those people who have, wronged you in some sort of way to some sort of extent. You have every right to not deal with them. You have every right to walk away. You have every right to go no contact. You have every right to just say, no, I'm not dealing with you. You have every right to yourself. You don't have to deal with nobody if you don't want to. And if they don't like that, and if they don't respect that, especially when they know they've done you wrong, well, oh well. That's all I can say about them. Oh well, they'll live. Because, if somebody wronged them, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to back away. They're going to step away. They're going to stop dealing with and talking to people who wronged them and done them wrong. So why would they expect less from you? Unless they expect you to be the doormat and, they expect to always have access to your energy. They always expect for you to be there at their, whenever they call and need you or want you, your time and your energy. But you have, like I said, every right to say no. If I don't want to deal with you, if I don't want to talk to you, if I don't want to hang out with you, if I don't want to do what I don't want to do, then I'm not going to do it. Period. Okay? They should respect that. And if they can't, that's their problem. It's not a loss on your end. So, at the end of the day, love yourself. Care about yourself. Put yourself first. Okay? You are important. You are valuable. You are worthy. And that's what you need to know. So, like I said, today is a reminder to keep loving yourself. Keep continuing to set those healthy boundaries. And keep continuing to just be happy and be at peace. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for joining and tuning in to Luminous's Intuitive Talks and Luminous's Divine Healings with Andria Simmons. I will catch you on the next video. Bye.